war is the first thing I feel. Not distant. Not contained. It presses in from every direction, like a constant scream beneath the surface of reality. This galaxy does not know silence. Even before I see its armies, I understand its truth. Conflict here is not a phase. It is a condition. I arrive amid fire and steel. Human soldiers surround me, weapons raised, hearts racing. Their minds are easy to read. Fear, confusion, desperation. They do not know what I am. Some think I am a weapon sent by their enemies. Others whisper that I am a demon made flesh. None of them see me as an ally. Not yet. They hesitate, and hesitation invites death. The enemy comes for them without pause. I move before they decide. Blaster fire, artillery, crude but overwhelming force. I step into it and end the threat with precision. Each movement is controlled. Each strike final. When the dust settles, they stare at me in silence. Their fear has changed shape. It has become awe. They test me quickly. Orders barked. Targets marked. I fight beside them, not for loyalty, but to measure this galaxy's strength. The Space Marines arrive like walking tanks, massive and disciplined. Their armor is impressive. Their bodies engineered for war. They fight without doubt, without hesitation. But I sense the limits placed upon them. They follow commands even when instinct warns them otherwise. Power restrained by obedience. The regular soldiers are different. Fragile. Replaceable. They advance because retreat means execution. Faith keeps their legs moving when reason would fail. They shout prayers louder than their own fear, as if words alone can shield them from death. Obedience rules them completely. Not trust. Not respect. Fear. I watch how victories are counted here. Not in territory gained or futures secured, but in how long survival is delayed. No one speaks of peace. No one believes in an end. This galaxy does not fight to win. It fights to last one more day. Commanders begin to look at me differently. Their questions are not about who I am, but how I can be used. That tells me everything. In this universe, strength is the only language spoken with honesty. Truth bends. Faith blinds. But power commands attention instantly. I feel eyes on me from far away. Generals. Priests. Hunters. Word spreads fast when something does not fit the order of endless war. I do not belong to their ranks, yet I cannot be ignored. In a galaxy that worships survival above all else, I understand my value immediately. Here, strength decides everything. They offer me a place among them, but the offer is not what it seems. It is not respect. It is not partnership. It is permission to exist, granted only if I obey without question. They speak of duty and unity, but beneath every word is the same demand. Submit. I reach outward and feel their emperor. His presence is vast, heavy, and painful. Power still burns within him, but it is locked in place, fed by endless sacrifice. Millions suffer so that he may endure one more day. He does not rule through command or vision. He rules by being worshipped. I recognize this mistake instantly. When an empire turns its leader into a god, it stops listening and starts decaying. I ask why humanity kneels instead of leading itself. The answer is always the same. Faith. Tradition. Fear of change. They no longer trust reason or strength alone. They cling to rituals written long ago, terrified that thinking for themselves will doom them. They confuse obedience with loyalty, and silence with stability. The Inquisition watches me closely. I feel their eyes everywhere. They smile when they speak, but their thoughts are sharp and violent. They do not seek truth. They seek justification. If I step out of line, even once, they will call it heresy and try to erase me. Not because I am evil, but because I cannot be controlled. I see what happens to progress here. New ideas are treated like threats. Innovation is called corruption. Knowledge is locked away, guarded by dogma and fear. This Imperium does not advance. It preserves itself like a corpse wrapped in armor, terrified that movement will cause collapse. They speak of loyalty as the highest virtue. But their loyalty demands surrender of thought, of identity, of will. You do not serve the Imperium by being strong. You serve it by being quiet. By following orders even when those orders lead to waste and death. I have walked this path before. I remember the empire I once served. The promises of order. The belief that control would bring peace. I remember how fear replaced trust, how obedience replaced vision. This Imperium is different in scale, but not in nature. It has simply buried its failures under faith and endless war. They want me to become another symbol. Another weapon chained by ritual and command. I will not accept that role. I did not survive my past to become a relic of someone else's decay. This Imperium does not need another loyal servant. It needs what it refuses to accept. And because of that, I can never truly belong to it. They reach for me the moment they realize I exist outside their design. I feel them pressing in through the warp, vast and ancient minds circling like predators. They do not speak with one voice. They whisper from every direction, testing, probing, searching for cracks. They believe anger is an invitation. They believe pain is an open door. They are wrong. They promise freedom first. Freedom from restraint. Freedom from consequence. They tell me I no longer need to control myself, that surrender will make me limitless. They offer power without effort, victory without discipline, domination without structure. I recognize the trap immediately. Chaos does not empower. It consumes. It replaces will with hunger and calls it ascension. They mistake my rage for weakness. They see my past and assume I am broken. They think pain defines me. It does not. Pain sharpened me. Anger did not erase my control, it forged it. I do not drown in emotion. I stand above it. Their champions come to prove their worth. Warped warriors swollen with borrowed strength. Demons twisted into weapons by the warp's favor. They fight wildly, recklessly, confident that their gods will sustain them. I let them show me everything they have. Their strikes are powerful, but careless. Their minds are loud, chaotic, unfocused. They rely on gifts they did not earn. I end them without drawing on the warp. Without feeding their gods. Each defeat confuses them more than the last. They expect corruption. Mutation. Submission. Instead, they see discipline. Precision. Control. My power does not fluctuate with their storms. It does not beg for their attention. They grow desperate. Their whispers turn sharper. They promise godhood. Eternal war in my name. Entire legions kneeling before me. I do not answer. Chaos demands surrender before it gives anything in return. It cannot understand refusal. It cannot comprehend a will that does not fracture under temptation. They try to break me with visions. Loss. Fire. Screams from a past I know too well. I endure them in silence. Pain is familiar territory. It does not move me. It does not own me. I decide what it becomes. Slowly, the pressure eases. Not because they retreat in anger, but because they hesitate. Something rare spreads through the warp. Uncertainty. I am not a servant they can claim. Not a champion they can shape. Not a beast they can unleash. Chaos feeds on surrender. I offer none. And in denying them, I become something they cannot predict, corrupt, or control. That makes me dangerous in a way they truly fear.